Hey, how's it going there? Troy from Big BB LLC. Today what we're going to do is we're going to test 300 blackout suppressors. Subsonic, of course. We're not going to try any hypersonic, just subsonic. I chose 300 blackout because, one, looking at most of the forums on some of the suppressor pages I'm on, this seems to be one of the most commonly asked questions about how well the 300 suppresses and stuff. And I'm here to tell you right now, the 300 blackout was made to be suppressed. It is awesome. It is phenomenal. What we got here, I've got 10 different suppressors, 2 different host weapons, and 2 different types of ammunition. So we could go through the whole gambit of how the types of ammunition, how the types of host weapons, and the suppressor choices can affect what you're going to hear on the other end of the suppression spectrum. All right. The other thing I'm going to talk about is a little bit of the suppressors that I've got in front of me, because it's important to know what you're getting and what they can handle, because not all suppressors are built the same, just like not all firearms are built the same. And even though there's 10 suppressors on the table, this is a fraction of a sample size, right? These are only 3 different manufacturers, 10 different suppressors. There's no silencer company, there's no Hux Works here, there's no Rugged, there's no Resilient, no CGS. It's just Aero Precision, GSL, and BRM. Those are the only 3 manufacturers I have here, and totaling 10 cans. So this is, like I said, this is just a fraction of a sample size, so take it with a grain of salt. All right? Let's talk about the suppressors real quick. First, you got me. Then you got average. And then you got the guy she told me not to worry about, otherwise known as the Lahar 30K, the Lahar 30, and the Lahar 30L. These are all from Aero Precision. These are 7.62 bored out cans. And they are made exactly the same except for length. What I do like about these is these ones are direct thread. From what I understand, they either have or working on a quick disconnect function. But you can get one can. This one actually has a 5/8 by 24 direct thread on there. All you gotta do is remove the end cap. You buy the 1/2 inch by 28 thread, screw it right on there, and now you're good for 5.56. So you got that going for you right there. All right. So let's move those to the side here. Then we got the GSL line, the Gamechanger, which is one of my favorite suppressors out there. All right. This thing can handle everything from a 17 HMR all the way up to a 300 Win Mag. That's rated up to 7.62, so your 308s and everything shoot just fine out of it. Matter of fact, we're going to be using this one in 2 different configurations because it does have a quick disconnect function, but it also has a direct thread adapter you can get. So we'll test both to see if there's any difference. This is a 9mm GSL Stealth. It is a pistol can. Now, this is one of those things where I mentioned before, you've got to know the capabilities of your can. Because all I've got to do is take off this pistol booster here, put on a 5/8 by 24 direct thread attachment on there, and I'm good to go for 300 blackout. However, this thing is rated for subsonics only. Do not throw hypersonics through it. It is not meant to handle that kind of pressure. 5.6 can. Then I got the Gamechanger. All right, the Gamechanger is GSL's newest can. This one is not rated for 5.56 at all. It won't handle those pressures. It will handle 300 blackout and 300 supersonic ammo, but it will not handle 5.56. And matter of fact, they don't recommend this be used for anything more than 2 to 5 rounds a minute. So maybe this would be a perfect bolt gun suppressor. And then I got the 300 GT, or I'm sorry, the GT-300K from GSL. This thing, even though it's smaller than its cousin, the Gamechanger, it is heavier. Much more well-built, can handle full auto fire and stuff like that. Probably a better choice if you were going to put it on something semi-automatic. And then I got the BRM AR-QA. Well, these are both AR-QAs. This one is the 7.62, and this one is the 9mm, which should handle your 300s just fine. And because that they are made of titanium, they should be good to go for anything I can throw at them through this. They're both rated for full auto fire and stuff like that, so they should both be able to handle it just fine. The difference is most of these cans that I talked about are baffles. This is a monocore, so now we get to hear the difference between that as well. Let's go ahead and jump right on in. The first thing I want to do is I want to test out the ammunition. How does one ammunition sound compared to another? So I've got some Winchesters 200 grain subsonics, and then I've got a bucket of Remington 220 grain 940 feet per second subsonics as well. I'm going to pick one gun and one suppressor. Then I'm going to do 3 rounds on each gun with this and 3 rounds on each gun with this, just to see if just changing the ammo made a difference between the two rifles. All right. The two rifles in question, one is a Ruger Mini 14 chambered in 300 blackout, and the other is a AR style 300 blackout 16-inch barrel. So we went ahead and we tested 9 different suppressors, 3 different manufacturers, and this isn't even scratching the surface. And so where this one I say it should be taken with a grain of salt, like I said, 9 different suppressors, 3 different manufacturers, we haven't even scratched the surface on all the possibilities. All right. So again, I think what I'm trying to say is the best thing that you can do if you're interested in getting a suppressor is go to a shop that does demos and listen to them for yourself. That's been Troy Talks with Big BB LLC. I want you to stay safe and I want you to shoot straight.